So we've got the garden here that's a mess. So weeds everywhere. So we've got all the boxes. So last summer we actually built in underground watering systems so that each of our boxes have its own independent spigot, and that just makes it easy to water. That said, we got a lot of work to do over here to clean this up. So we're gonna pull out all this grass. We're gonna put down weed killer, or not weed killer, excuse me, gosh, no. We're gonna put down weed blocker, and then I think we're actually just gonna gravel this whole area once we frame in our bed. So then we have the lower garden. It's getting the rock wall done today. And then, so today, tomorrow, maybe the next week. So there's gonna be a nice retaining wall here to hold this back from the lower gardens. So we built out all these beds, my son and I. So I actually built the first one with him, and then he did the rest all by himself. Then we had this pile over here from where we cut out the earth. We had an excavator in here cutting out the ground, and we took all of the excess dirt. What we didn't push down the hill to give us a little bit more leveling, what we didn't need, we piled up here, which is now an enormous pile of weeds. This happened so fast. This was just a dirt pile 6 weeks ago, and now I've got things here that are taller than I am. Like that plant is probably 7 feet tall. It's ridiculous. So I am now weeded this little tiny area right here, and so I've got the rest of this all to go, get this cleaned up. This is a fruit tree that we planted on the hillside. I think that's going to end up going away. So I think unfortunately what happened was the fruit tree did not grow, but the root stock started growing. And so I think the actual fruit tree is dead, and what we're seeing here is whatever the root stock was. So that's unfortunate. Then we have the lower orchard down below on the other side of our creek. And so that area we're able to maintain a little bit better because it's flat. And then our hillside here, we had the idea to use these, see if I can go down here without sliding. You might be seeing me ski down the hill in just a second. Whoop, just like that. So we had the idea to use these weed blocking rolls that had the pre-cut mats, and we actually planted a bunch of things. We started some plants. You can see some of them are growing. Whatever that is growing. Unfortunately, most of it is not growing. And so then we threw some clover seeds out, trying to see if, hey, maybe we could do something with that. Actually, whatever these are is growing, so that stuff looks good. And so all of these should be flowering, but we were thinking that like it'd be pretty if all these holes ended up being full of flowering plants and give us a manageable way to manage the hillside. If we could get the weeds out, the flowers in, and then once these things grew, once the flowers sprout out big enough in girth, then you wouldn't even see the black underneath of them. You would just see a hillside full of flowers. So I don't know if we're going to continue that idea or if we're going to have to abandon that idea. We may or may not go a different direction. Another thought that I had was to like maybe just rock the hill or do gravel, but my concern with that is the grade is so incredibly steep. I think that all of our gravel would just end up in the creek down below. So let me know if you guys have any thoughts or ideas for us on this hillside. But this is going to be a pretty raw channel, pretty uncut, pretty unedited. See, we've got potato beds. I'll just do these videos just like this, throw them online for you guys to see. Really not trying to get a huge following or anything. I'm actually hoping that somebody sees this that would have ideas for us and would be able to give us ideas on how to do this project as we do it. So we'll take you around a little bit more here. So this is our sweet potato bed. This bed, I think, is 12 feet long by about 3 feet wide. And it's just constructed with land timbers. And so you can see how we did that. Just putting the land timbers together. These little beds, we have 3 of these little beds. These are those that my son and I did together here recently. And these are just out of cedar And so these were kind of pricey. I was shocked at the price of cedar, but they turned out looking really nice. We were short one board, so unfortunately I got to go back and get one more board in order to get the other side cut. So this top, the decorative top here, is not on this bed yet. Got to get one more board for this side, and then we'll do that. But see, continuing on over here, we have the strawberry plants. So we have 50 strawberry plants inside of here. And then back here we've got actually a few watermelon plants trellising up, or trellis here. My thought is to do one more of these domes over here on this side. So we'll have 3 of these cattle panels to create a nice dome. And those cattle panels are going to be, in the winter time, I was thinking I might even cover that with plastic and use it as like a little makeshift greenhouse. So we'll see about that. Up top, my wife has got all kinds of things up here. So I know we have a variety: squash, peppers, cucumbers, several different kinds of peppers growing. These look like potatoes up here too. So we might have a couple potatoes up here. I don't think we have many. In fact, I'm not sure if we have any. I'm not sure what those are. So obviously I'm new here. But my wife has been doing most of the planting up top here and managing these. We threw in some of these marigolds just to help with naturally keeping the bugs away, keeping certain bugs away, and like a pesticide. And also hopefully to attract some pollinators. Over here, this bed's totally toast. I'm not sure what happened here. I think we had some bad topsoil that we used, and that ended up just being full of seeds and weed seeds. And so we're just gonna have to start over here, unfortunately. Let's see here, we've got, I think one of these beds is garlic. I think this is garlic here, maybe. Is that right? Let's see, and then in some overgrown pots, we have some blackberries and raspberry bushes. So that is the tour. So you guys would love any suggestions. Oh, this crazy plant right here, and this is a crazy area back here that I've got to clean up behind our shed. But this crazy plant is out of control. We did not plant this. This is just like a wild blackberry bush. And so there used to be an 8x8 garden bed right here where this bed, the smaller bed, is now. We took that out because it was just too large to be manageable. We took it out, ended up sticking this here instead. And then I guess some seeds were left behind. Some roots were in there, something. And so here we are, voila, got some blackberries. But all right, y'all, let me know if you have any suggestions for us. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.